I am Tom Cruise. Before the world knew me as a movie star, an action hero, or the man who runs toward danger instead of away from it, I was just a scared kid sitting in the back of a classroom, trying not to be noticed. My childhood was unstable. We moved constantly from city to city, from school to school. I never had the comfort of familiarity. My father was strict, and home often felt more tense than safe. Every time I entered a new classroom, I felt like an outsider all over again. Reading was my biggest enemy. Words wouldn't stay still on the page. They jumped, twisted, and disappeared. I didn't know it then, but I had dyslexia. All I knew was that when teachers asked me to read out loud, my heart raced, my hands shook, and the class laughed when I stumbled. Those moments made me feel broken, like I was missing something everyone else had. There were nights when I lay awake wondering why I was the way I was, why simple things felt impossible for me. I truly believed I wasn't smart enough, good enough, or capable of becoming anything meaningful. Everything changed the first time I stepped onto a stage. I joined a school drama class almost by accident. When I spoke lines from a script, something incredible happened. The words finally made sense. They had emotion, rhythm, purpose. For the first time in my life, I wasn't afraid of words. I felt alive. That moment planted a thought in my mind. Maybe this was where I belonged. At 16, I made a decision that scared everyone around me. I dropped out of school. People said I was throwing my life away, but I felt like I was finally choosing it. I packed what little I had and moved to New York with nothing but determination and a dream that felt bigger than me. New York was brutal. I auditioned constantly and got rejected constantly. I slept in tiny apartments, skipped meals, and lived with uncertainty every single day. There were moments when I questioned myself, when I wondered if I should give up and go home, but something inside me refused to quit. My first roles were small, almost invisible, but the camera noticed me before the world did. When Risky Business came along, I had no idea that a simple dance in a white shirt and socks would change my life forever. Suddenly, people knew my name. Overnight, everything shifted. Then came Top Gun. The roar of fighter jets, the pressure of carrying a massive film, it was overwhelming. That movie made me a star, but it also terrified me. I didn't want to be famous for just one thing. I didn't want to fade away as quickly as I arrived. I wanted to earn my place. So I chose roles that challenged me. I pushed myself emotionally and physically. I wanted to prove that I was more than a pretty face or a box office name. Every film became a test of discipline, fear, and belief in myself. When Mission Impossible came into my life, I knew it wasn't just another movie. It was a statement. I wanted authenticity. I wanted the audience to feel the danger, the risk, the reality. That meant doing my own stunts, hanging from buildings, clinging to planes, flying helicopters. Every time someone told me something was impossible, it only made me want it more. I won't lie, fear was always there. Before every stunt, my heart pounded, but fear reminded me that I was alive. It kept me sharp. It taught me respect. I learned that courage isn't the absence of fear, it's moving forward despite it. My personal life, however, was far more complicated. Relationships ended. Marriages failed. The world judged me openly. The media dissected my choices and questioned my sanity. There were moments when Hollywood turned its back on me, when my name became controversial instead of celebrated. I fell hard. And when you fall in front of the entire world, the silence is loud. But I reminded myself of that boy who couldn't read, who couldn't fit in, who was told he would never succeed. I had survived worse. Giving up was never an option. When I returned with Top Gun Maverick, it wasn't about proving anything to critics. It was personal. It was about showing that passion doesn't age, that commitment doesn't fade, and that belief in yourself can carry you further than talent ever will. Today, when I look back, I don't see fame first. I see resilience. I see failure, rejection, and fear standing side by side with success. I see a life built not on luck, but on persistence. If there's one thing my journey has taught me, it's this. Your weaknesses can become your greatest strengths if you refuse to let them define your limits. I am Tom Cruise, and as long as I'm breathing, my mission is far from over.